Production was requested by Droid.
You know, Shane, I woke up today
Okay.
and I was so happy to be a Rockets fan, but then I remembered James Harden was on my team. And James Harden, get ready for that button.
Oh, God's sake. Really?
Sir James Harden, you a bitch.
We're going to kick it off like that, huh?
Yep. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, yeah, baby! Let's get it! Woo! Yeah, Boss Man will be joining us here shortly. It's the Dawn and the Droid, and we got ourselves a wacky Wednesday, which can only mean one thing, and that is good morning! This first hour of Snowman in the Morning is, of course, powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Droid, Lord Stanley Cup, it's online starting tonight.
I mean, it's surreal, you know, especially for my father who, you know, in his lifetime, he watched his team go to the Cup final once and lose. And that was in 1996 versus Patrick Waugh and the Colorado Avalanche. A sad day for Panthers fans, but it showed hope that one day, maybe one day, the Florida Panthers could win a Stanley Cup. And now we're here at a chance to back-to-back cups. And the Edmonton Oilers are here to show that Canada can still win Stanley Cups.
That they can. Snowman just got a hold of me. He's in the midst of an outage. Hopefully that clears itself up soon, because he wanted to broadcast this 7-game spectacular, because we've all been saying it's going to go 7 games. I mean, that's a given.
I mean, everyone wanted to go 7 games. I mean, me and Blake wanted our series, the Canes and Panthers, to go 7 games, but what'd that do? 5 games.
Yeah.
Because Panthers did that.
Uh-huh. But of course, if the outage does clear itself up, Snowman will have coverage of Game 1 tonight. 7:30 will be the pre-show. 8 o'clock face-off between the Panthers and the Oilers. Now, here's the thing. From both sides, let's start with your Panthers. What do you guys have to do to secure Game 1 tonight?
three things that need to wake up for this series. A, Matty Tkachuk. I mean, he's been lacking ever since the Tampa series where he had his 2 goals in his return. He's been lacking, and then ever since then, he hasn't really scored much. And if he has, it's been off tips. He's not really even sniping pucks like he used to. Matty Tkachuk's got to wake up. And then that entire third line, Losterinen, Lundell, and Marchand, they all need to be awake and aware because it's considered one of our stronger lines, and we got a depth core. So if we want to be that weak third line of the Oilers, we got to have Lundell, Losty, and Marshy all waking up. And finally, you got the swag man, Carter Verhaeghe, who needs to be awake for this series, because if you can't have your clutch factor alive for this series, then you don't really have a series in your hands.
Well, that's definitely a given. Fanatics feedback zone's already been popping off. Our buddy Phoenix, he's been rolling with Jen through her 60-hour stream. I know they're both still going right now. I know a lot of our rowdy friends are joining us here today. We thank you guys so much for popping in. Now let's flip the coin a little bit. What would Edmonton have to do to take game 1 tonight here in home?
I got another list of 3 things. One thing is Connor Brown. Connor Brown has been a solid depth player for the Oilers, and he's good. He's good buds with McJesus. So if they want to win this series, they need Connor Brown. And then another player, they need to revive the old McDavid, Draisaitl, and Kane line. Kane needs to step it up. He has been lackluster, more than lackluster, and he's barely even played a game. So if they want anybody in this series to wake up, it's gonna be Evander Kane. And of course, you need Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid has got to keep his pace up, but he's not the last guy. My last guy is Stuart Skinner. If he can play like he did against the Stars, complete shutout hockey, then everybody could shut up about the whole he's a terrible goaltender thing.
Yeah, and that's going to be their biggest thing, is being able to handle the onslaught of the Florida rush, because Florida has been putting a lot more pucks on net throughout these last couple of series, especially, the last series they had. So it would not surprise me if they, do the same and just stop bombarding Stu throughout the entire start of, even the first period, let alone this first game.
Well, the thing is, in that last series, it was all defense that won the Panthers that series. You had 5-goal games, yes, but you have to realize the Panthers held the Canes to not only did they hold them to less than 3 goals, so they held them to 2 goals or less every single game, except I believe Bobby Bobrovsky held them to 2 goals or less every 3 goals or less. Every single game held them to 3 goals or less.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it was 3 or less.
When you pull Bobrovsky, you get those 2 empty netters. So it was a 1-0 game, but it turned 3-0. Good morning to you, Blake Hammock. Good morning to you. That's my co-host on Grilled Sports, Blake Hammock.
The great fat Tino has arrived.
Yeah, an unfortunate abbreviated episode, but we did end up with our little segment on Snowman in the morning yesterday, so that makes up for it. And the boss man's here, temporarily on his phone.
Yeah, we got an outage, so I decided to improvise.
Yeah,
as I was saying, we got to hope that outage clears up, because you got game 1 to call tonight of Lord Stanley's Cup.
Technology, gotta love it, right?
Pretty much. Droid and I were just talking about what Florida has to do to rein in game 1 and what Edmonton would have to do to rein in game 1.
Play 3 overtimes.
Oh Lord, no.
Oh,
okay, 4.
Nice.
Less, please.
4. No, in all seriousness, this is an even Stanley Cup final. More even than it was last year when Florida had home ice advantage. So do not be surprised if there's some bonus hockey. And whenever this outage is lifted, I promise y'all, I will have the call of game 1 tonight from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. It's the Panthers and the Oilers in the Stanley Cup final.
But another thing that the Oilers need to watch out for is that the Panthers home ice advantage doesn't mean anything to them, both when they're playing away and at home. They are one of the best road teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So Edmonton really has to take advantage of the Panthers' home ice because they don't really play well at home ice. I saw that in Game 4 when we barely could get any offense going.
Well, what Edmonton has to use is their speed. They have a lot of speed. They showed it against Vegas and they showed it against Dallas. The speed is what won them both clinchers. All right. And the speed's going to be the key tonight in Game 1.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, I think Florida would have to do their best just to shut McJesus down, Connor McDavid, because if he gets on a streak going early, it's going to be game over for Florida.
Exactly. You don't want to. And the other thing with Florida, and I know Droid's mentioned this quite a few times over, penalty killing. The PK is going to be huge for the Florida Panthers tonight because if they're unable to keep Edmonton off the board during a penalty or during a PK, it's going to be a lot of trouble for the Florida Panthers. So my 3 keys tonight, Florida, is their penalty killing, neutralize the speed of Edmonton, and of course you got to look in net with Bobrovsky. He's got to be huge because Edmonton's going to bring a lot of shots to him tonight.
One of my big points about the Toronto series is that Austin Matthews was basically invisible all series long, and that's because of planned Florida defense. They planned to take basically Austin Matthews out of the game, and that's what they got to do here. They got to take McDavid out of the game, but the thing is, like the Maple Leafs, they got another weapon. The Maple Leafs had Mitch Marner. The Oilers got Leon Draisaitl. You can't just defend one guy. You got 2 guys to defend. But once that first line's off the ice, you don't really got much to worry about.
True.
Because
very true.
The Panthers' first line is filled with stars. The second line is filled with stars. While the only star line I can think of when it comes to the Oilers is the first line, which right now I believe is Connor Brown, Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah, which means Edmonton would need to step up their second and third line.
And a big thing that almost riddled the Panthers in the Toronto series was injuries. But now everybody's back, everybody's healthy, and on both sides of the stick.
That's going to be huge to have Florida back at full strength. That's going to be huge.
And the thing I'm tired of people sleeping on is Seth Jones is finally showing up. He's finally playing well. And he's got to kick it into a new high gear. He's got to kick it into a new version of his defensive play if he wants to do anything to help Florida win the series.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's our preview of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight. Old Snowman will have the call beginning at 7:30 with our pregame show, and then 8:05 face-off from Rogers Place in Edmonton. What do we got coming up next?
Well, we saved the whole I saved a propane tank for you because I know you got somebody with an apple in his mouth that needs to be roasted.
Since I
right
really
about
have
now.
to work now, I'm going to go try to figure something out in studio. Let's take a break. We got more stuff for you on this wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning, and we're back in the deuce, y'all.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles And that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Base YouTube channel.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
We are currently back. Boss Man's got the headphones on. I take it things are still not looking all that solid out there.
I want to cuss. So bad. But I'm not going to. We got a show to do.
It's going to be one of those days, huh?
It already is one of those days. Welcome back. We're inside of a truly wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. And for those of you that are just coming on with us, I'm not in studio. Why? There's a power outage. So I had to improvise. But we are here. Now, since I don't have all my toys in front of me, what's next on the docket?
Well, we saved this one for you because we know that we had to have the propane tank ready for it. Tom Thibodeau, sit down. Now cook.
Okay. This is not only for Tom Thibodeau. This is also for Karl Anthony Towns. I'll start with Tom Thibodeau. You got bitten ass again by your own tactics. Wearing out players, trying to get the best of them. And I totally understand a basketball lifer who spends a lot of time in the film room and all that stuff. The problem is you can't do it when it comes to the playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? You can't do it. You can't do it. I don't know who's going to take up the mantle of Tom Thibodeau for coach.
It'll be their seventh one in a decade.
But Tom Thibodeau, as it came down yesterday, you fired.
Yup.
Now, let me fry up Karl Anthony Towns. I have never seen a big man so lazy, uncommitted, unskilled, and have no nerve, no balls, no BALLS. Thank you, Cole Johnson, for that. Because when the time came, Karl Anthony Towns, you shriveled up. Let me think. Okay, I got one. You shriveled up faster than LeBron James in the finals.
Yeah.
And you were trying to get to the finals. Not with that attitude, man. As my grandmother would say best, child, please. Karl Anthony Towns is not a champion. He's not a championship player, and he's not a championship caliber teammate. They brought Karl Anthony Towns to put a Band-Aid over the fact that the Knicks just aren't it. Period. Have you seen their last two playoffs? Have you seen them in the playoffs the last 2 years? They shriveled up faster than a grape in the sun at 95 degrees. And they're going to continue to shrivel up faster than a grape in the sun at 95 degrees, or shrivel up faster than a chili pepper in the sun at 100 degrees. Tom Thibodeau, in other words, you suck. You've had 3 shots to get good teams over the hump and into the finals, and you failed all 3 times. Now, in 2011 with the Bulls, you got screwed. I will contend to that, and I will stay with that. But what about the years beyond that? 12, 13, 14, 15. You have the same core. You have the same players. And yet you didn't do enough to get them past the second round. You suck as a coach. Period. You suck. And then you had to deal with Jimmy Butler in Minnesota. And then you had to deal with the lazy-ass Karl Anthony Towns in New York. No wonder you got fired. You ain't worth it. What's the old phrase? The juice is just not worth the squeeze anymore. So Tom Thibodeau, you had a good career. You had a good coaching career. Hang it up. You're done. As for Karl Anthony Towns, you lazy sackish. When you decide to grow a set and actually become that leader that people peg you to be, I never did. It happened in look, what happened in Minnesota happened in New York. Karl Anthony Towns pulls a James Harden and disappears. Period. He disappears. He disappears faster than Zdeno Chara when Patrick Kane's flying down the ice.
Screw you.
It was the only one I could come up with at the time, okay?
Ouch.
Man, look, Karl Anthony Towns disappears faster than Dak Prescott when facing Nick Bosa.
Oh.
Man, Karl Anthony Towns disappears faster than DJ Moore when a contract is in front of him to be a better player.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns and his no-playing ass disappears faster than Des Bryant at any time. Because Des Bryant sucked. All right? I'm the only one that will say it. I'm the only one that will say it aloud, and I will say it proudly. Des Bryant had no business wearing the number 88. 88 is sacred in Dallas. Drew Pearson, Michael Irvin, CeeDee Lamb's on the way. I'll give you that. But Des Bryant wearing the 88? Bullshit. Des Bryant sucked more than Caleb Williams in his rookie year.
Of course, Vic's now saying he's getting kicked again, checking in from Sweet Home, Chicago.
Man, Karl Anthony Towns sucked more than the Chicago Cubs before they won the World Series and after they won the World Series.
That was a one-trick pony.
and it will forever be a one-trick pony. What am I saying? To Karl Anthony Towns and Tom Thibodeau, in 3 simple words, like James Harden, like LeBron James, and like Joel Embiid, you a bitch.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, you a bitch. Simply put. Now get out of my sight.
Oh. Well then.
Phew.
Okay. I'll see how today's gonna go.
You ain't heard nothing yet.
Oh, trust me. I know.
Because when we come back, I got another one.
Oh no. Dare I even ask?
No.
Well, I guess that's our way of saying back in a deuce.
Back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Weather, driving can become downright dangerous. What's your emergency, please? Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, Snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Back inside. Normally
when I'm outside, I'm sitting in a comfy chair having a nice coffee. But considering the fact I'm going to give my body a total reset and a reboot, this is what I have. Yes, I'm outside today.
Yep. While we're waiting for the outage to be fixed back inside Snowman in the morning, you said you had a second you wanted to do. What have you got up your sleeve?
Fire it up.
Oh, boy. Round 2. Good thing I got the big one. Take it.
This is a combo of all combos. First, let me go down my list of hate here. Joel Embiid. You will never, ever be a champion. Ever. I've tried giving you the benefit of the doubt. Hell, let's be totally honest. Blake has begged me to give Joel Embiid the benefit of the doubt because he played at Kansas. I simply can't and won't do it. I never have done it, and I never will do it. Why? Simply put, because yes, Joel Embiid, it is you.
Oh,
it's always been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever and ever. Amen.
Oh.
You suck.
Yeah, and we have this for that moment right there. Because, yes, it truly is you, Joel.
Yes, Joel, it is you. Period. You suck. You're softer than Karl Anthony Towns in Game 6.
Yeah.
Next one. As I go down the list here. Wait, that's second hour.
Yeah, that's after Droid and I get done ripping apart comp gaming.
Yeah, and comp gaming sucks.
Yeah, we'll get into that
Comp
later.
gaming sucks more than Carlos Marmol.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Comp gaming sucks more than Carlos Marmol as a closer.
Ew. We'll get into that later.
We'll definitely get into that later. Now, take the camera, Shane. Hold on.
Gotcha.
About 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
We got an outage here.
Again, it's just been one of those where, yeah, it's rough. Hang on a second here. I got you, boss.
Thank you. Yeah, father-in-law came by, asked some questions. Where was I? Oh yeah, my list of hate. And I started with Joel Embiid, went to Karl Anthony Towns.
We're saving LeBron. We're saving LeBron for after we get done.
Yeah. We're saving LeBron for after you enjoyed Cook Comp Gaming.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to cook that.
Oh, trust me.
Now,
I've got the seasoning out for it.
Down my list of hate I go. And folks, if you don't know me by now, I joke around when I do this. Dak Prescott. I'm making this up as I go along in case you haven't noticed. Matter of fact, Dak Prescott, Tom Brady. There's a couple other people I can put in that equation. Matthew Stafford. No, I can't put Stafford in there. Kyler Murray. You all suck. Well, I can't say that truthfully about Brady because Brady's proven me wrong.
But
so removing Brady from that equation momentarily, I put the moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation in there. I put the Midwest Committee of their idiocy in there. So it ain't just on the players, it's on the fans. You over-the-top fans blow. You understand me?
I'll throw
You
the
make
New England
sports.
I'll throw the New England Knucklehead Society in there and the Bruin Boneheads.
And the Dub Dummies. And the 49er fan frauds. Yes, I even have a couple for my own team. The Bulls fans. Y'all don't make sports fun anymore. Period.
The Red
because
Sox.
you're
I was going to say the Red Sox
because of your toxic fandom. Since we're talking toxic stuff on this Wacky Wednesday, why not go all the way there? And of course, I'm throwing the brown sexuals under this semi. Y'all think
this ain't no semi. This is a damn freight train.
You make sports not fun anymore. You make watching competitive, professional, and college sports not fun anymore because of your stupid ass opinions. Okay? Now I have facts to back up my opinions of why Joel Embiid sucks, Karl Anthony Towns sucks, and many other players I put in that category. But the fans make it worse. And you know where it all started for me? In Chicago with Cub fans. Every freaking year. This is our year. Sit down and shut up. You got lucky once, and that was 2000. You got lucky once, and it was 2016, which was a messed up year in and of itself. And thank you, Victor, for this line of hatred. 2016 was a messed up year because somehow the Cleveland Cadavers won a title. Somehow the Chicago Scrubs won a title. And they had no business winning a title because I believe both teams got aided. We all know why and how LeBron got aided in 2016. I'll save that for the second hour of the show.
Adam Silver's puppet.
I had another word, but I won't use it here.
Yeah, save it for the
Trying to
second
be
hour.
good. I'm trying to be good this morning. All you idiotic fans that have only one opinion of your team and don't want to look at reality and don't want to look at what's in front of you, go away. Okay? Just go away. And I got a pumpkin in front of me. No, you don't, pumpkin.
Yeah.
Just go away, will you please? Because y'all suck. You make watching sports suck, and you make being a fan of some teams suck. I'm out of gas. Beat it.
Well,
there's a pumpkin. What do you want? Huh?
Attention.
Of course he does.
Now,
what else do we have on tap today?
Well, I was going to ask, does anyone have any idea or reasoning behind the fact of why Travis Hunter's yet to be signed by Jacksonville?
I got a couple of reasons. I just can't say I'm here. This is a family-friendly show, and I want to keep it that way because we have more stations coming on to air our show, and I've made the decision, thanks to my beautiful wife, Jody. All right, and I'll tell you this funny story. We had a talk last night after I got done with the Fever game, and my daughter Sonia got in on the fun. And what my daughter said to me, it didn't piss me off. It got me thinking.
Okay.
She put it in the form of a question when she said, "Do you know how big your show can actually be if you eliminate certain words?" I wanted to get mad at that for a moment, but then I didn't. I sat back and I really thought about it for a good half hour. And since those two are basically in charge,
Yeah.
we got to play fair.
Yeah, we
All
do.
right?
We do.
We got to play. I mean, I want to go full Pat McAfee, and that's a mower, you guys, here, because I'm sitting outside. We got an outage here. I want to go full Pat McAfee, but Pat McAfee has sponsors behind him. We don't yet. Even though we got Zebo TV and Mosaic TV and all those guys and the guys at Millions, we got to play fair.
Yeah.
We got to climb the. We got to climb the mountain. We can't just use all of George Carlin's cuss words during the show, even though they do highlight a point. There's other stuff we got to highlight, like the fact that I want to get to a point where I can pay my homies for helping me with the show. I want to get to a point where I can pay my daughter and my wife a large chunk of money for being behind putting this show together. You know, and the folks at Zebo TV said, "You're doing great, but I want to make it better."
Yeah. Now you brought up the Indiana game. Let's touch on that for a minute because they ended up beating the Mystics 85-76. First win without Caitlin Clark in the lineup. Kelsey Mitchell goes off for 24.
You know, the key to that game last night was Lexi Hall. She and Natasha Howard were shut out in the first half, and then Lexi Hall goes completely berserk in the second half.
14 points, 6 boards. Natasha poured in 6 points with 2 boards.
They did a good job on Natasha Howard defensively. They really did. But I said Lexi Hall was the key to this game last night. I'll give you another key. Is the player they just signed, an Ari McDonald out of Arizona. They were granted an emergency signing because the Fever is so depleted.
Yeah.
So
Ari picked up 7 points, 5 assists in 27 minutes.
And just when you thought the Mystics were going to come all the way back and win, they got to within 74-73. They get a couple of huge baskets, and then it was McDonald who banged home a huge 3-point field goal late that set them on cruise control on their way to victory. What this indicates to me is that the Fever finally sent the message they needed to send but couldn't because they've been so beat up in the backcourt. We are a team. Now, granted, they're not the Minnesota Lynx or the New York Liberty just yet. They got a ways to go to get to that point. But they can win without Caitlin Clark. And as far as the Liberty and the Lynx go, that's my final. All right?
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. You know, Minnesota slapped Phoenix around 88-65 last night. It looks like you had Nafisa Collier, who's looking like she's going to be MVP with 18 and 11.
Another double-double for Nafisa Collier.
Yeah, her fourth
I gotta apologize to the playmaker. I didn't cover this league right at the beginning. I'm sorry. I'm going back old school again and calling it the way I see it. All right. And he said I apologized to him last night, and he said, "Thank you. Just do it the way you're supposed to do it and do it right." He's absolutely correct. Nafisa Collier is going to be a unanimous MVP the way she keeps playing.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me the way she's balling out right now. If you know,
yes, I said unanimous MVP.
Yeah.
Not just MVP, but something LeBron will never get. A unanimous MVP. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Yeah, you did. You did.
What's the similarities between a broken bell and LeBron James this year?
They both don't ring.
Yeah, the actual verbiage is no rings.
Yeah.
But back to our WNBA discussion, we're gonna have a longer one tomorrow with Allie being in tow with us.
Yeah, that second hour is going to be fun.
There may be a third.
I'm going to have to set my alarm, ain't I?
Maybe.
We'll talk. We'll talk about it once everything else gets cleared up.
And I might get Jen in on the phone.
Oh boy. That's if she's awake after the 60 hours, which she's closing in on the end of.
A chance to have her laugh along with us. I think
Yeah.
she'll take it.
Well,
But we want her to get some sleep also.
Yeah.
So we brought up the WNBA to say this. I have yet to launch Full Court Fever because I've been so swamped with everything else. That will get launched. And there's a WNBA show that's going to accompany it. So what I've done is make the shift to make Full Court Fever the pregame show, and then I'll have a half-hour WNBA show to accompany it. And Allie, I'm going to get Allie to join me and a couple of others to join me. This is just us. We're not pushing the plunger, but we're sweeping out a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we are going to become no, screw that. We already are the one-stop shop for sports during your middays. We're just cleaning things up. We're just cleaning things up, resurfacing everything. We're surfacing everything, putting everything down that needs to be put down. So we got to play nice.
Yeah.
As far as the language go, we got to play nice because we got stations in Atlanta and Phoenix, Arizona, Indianapolis. So we got to play nice. So we'll play nice. We got to. Now, I'm not going to play nice when I unleash my next statement.
Okay.
People are going to hate me because I'm going to be covering more women's sports on the channel. Fight me.
Oh boy.
Which is the tune we use for NFL Sunday Night Football. Thank you, Cole Johnson, for finding that.
Yep.
Oh, I heard something this morning, dog.
What's that?
I heard that after Jen's 60-hour marathon is over, our opening is going to become a highlight.
It is. It is, which means, oh boy, are we going to have fun with that?
Oh, I'm going to cut the daylights out of it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
How many times did you try to bring her in and I came up with another voice?
I gave up, and then it was like, okay, finally, after
For
15 minutes.
Oh, there she is now.
How'd I know? How'd I know?
There she is now. But how much fun did we have doing that on Monday?
Oh, God, that was chaotic. And to think that she's got a 180-hour one she's going to end up doing at the end of the year, which means I'm going to get right stage hooked into it.
I'm already stage hooked into it.
Oh, I know.
I'm already stage hooked into it. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to open that stream up, and then I got the college football playoff.
Which means I'm going to need a pillow for my butt on this one because I got a feeling I'm going to be needed for that as well, since it is playoffs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, the joy is when your show goes sideways and you still have fun doing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
When are you coming back with a show with you and your wife?
We're throwing ideas around. It'll probably be some point after summer.
Okay.
There's been everything from wanting to talk wrestling to, oh dear God, we may have to have a third channel for the not so family friendly shows because she wants to have one of those shows.
You tell Heather I got her. I have an outlet for it.
You're joking me, right?
No.
Shit.
You help me, so I'm going to help y'all.
Oh, God.
Oh, and there's one more summer project that's going to get launched.
Which is?
Don't you see this wicked smile on my face?
Yes, I do, and that's what I'm concerned about.
Guess who's going to be with me?
Oh, boy.
You remember the Super Bowl stream I did?
Yeah.
Who was with me?
I know. The good doc herself.
Uh-huh. That.
As a podcast. Oh, boy.
An hour-long podcast.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Working title, Talking with Tall Man and Dr. K.
I can see that.
Now, will that stick as a title? Probably not, but it's a working title right now.
Pretty much.
Oh, gracious. We're having all kinds of podcast ideas. I'm waiting for one with you and Heather.
Oh, like I said, we did the wrestling one a while ago on our own, but now I think we're going to end up having a lot more fun and kicking it with a few different ways. So we'll just see how it pops up.
All inclusive.
Oh,
with the dog and the queen pin. I already got the logo in my head.
I can only imagine.
All inclusive. I already got the logo. And the opening. Oh, God. I have the opening. Oh, geez.
We'll talk about that when everyone's up to snuff tech-wise.
I already have the opening in my head.
Well,
I already got the opening. Oh, one more.
What?
2 of my daughters are thinking of getting together for a podcast.
Okay.
Cheyenne and Carmen.
Oh, boy.
Sugar and spice and nothing nice.
Damn. I like that.
2 of my crazy kids are thinking about doing a podcast together. And after throwing the idea, they want me to produce it.
I can see that.
They want my crazy ass to produce their podcast.
I can
go. I looked at Cheyenne and I said, "Are you actually going to turn me loose in doing this?" She says, "Yes." And Carmen gave me the nod as well. Hey, folks, do me a favor. I have a friend who is not doing good right now, and she needs some help. And I want to see if we can get her some help by the end of this hour and get my family some help as well. So do me a favor. You see that Cash App sign at the top of your screen, $ Tallman Dr. K50. Let's see if we can get $150 in before the show closes. And we're going to halftime because Droid and Dog have to cook something. No, they got to fry something. They got to shake, bake. They got to shake, bake, whip, dip, chip, chop, and fricassee a subject.
That we do.
Speaking of baking, join Snowman's Pampered Chef Party. The Pampered Chef Party that is designed to raise money for pancreatic cancer victims, their survivors, and the survivors themselves. Go to Facebook.com and search Snowman's Pampered Chef Party. We really want to get some sales in so we can really take a chunk and donate it to pancreatic cancer, a disease that I survived, and I want to help others survive it well. Second hour with the dog and the droid cooking up something that no one else will have the nerve to talk about after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
During bad, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far. A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Steady, please. I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Dear Bronzexuals, you.
Oh, here we go. Save that for about 30 minutes, boss man. Save that for about 30 minutes.
Y'all got the next one. I'm going to just sit here and chill. Dog's going to take the camera since I still have an outage here. And I apologize for everything that's going on here with our technical difficulties, but we roll on. Second hour of today's show is brought to you in part by Wanna Parlay, the world's richest parlay. Think you know your game? Think you know your players? Put your money where your mouth is. Wanna Parlay, the world's richest parlay. Sign up today, use the code Snowman, and you will get a matching bonus on your deposit. Dog, it's all yours.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this one belongs in the arcade. Now, I'm a bit of an old head when it comes to gaming, okay? I've been around this block roughly 20 years, give or take. And I have seen the world of comp gaming go straight down the crapper.
Same here.
Because of how toxic the gaming world has become. It doesn't matter
Whatever happened to Whatever happened to up, down, left, right, shoot? Whatever happened to that?
It got evolved, and when it evolved, so didn't the brain cells of everybody thinking of the next King Kong when it came to gaming.
I will leave that to y'all. The next half hour belongs to you. Enjoy. Take it.
That's if we need to take it that half hour, but trust me, I've got a lot for this one. Now, I've grown up with everything from COD, Modern Warfare, to all the new stuff, Apex, Rocket League, Marvel Rivals, you name it, the competitiveness that comes out there. The moment the game hits the market within 2-3 months, it's already got a competition out there. But it's no reason for people to be toxic, thinking that they know exactly what they're doing and everyone else sucks. Okay? And the biggest thing is, it just seems to be more divided even between men and women. Okay, my better half, my queen pin games. You gonna go after her? I've got friends out there right now that are doing their thing. A friend of mine was left in freaking tears because of the fact that someone chewed her out, thinking that she sucked. I'm sorry, but no. I've had other friends who are streamers have the same problem. All because of the fact that apparently all the boys, and yes, I say boys because their balls haven't dropped enough to realize that it's a game. They have to realize that even if they get signed by a top tier team, being toxic is a great way to get thrown off the team.
Who came after Heather? Whose ass do I need to kick for my sister-in-law?
No one came after her. It's somebody else we know. But trust me, if someone ever did come after the queen pin, this dog's teeth would be out in a heartbeat. Trust me.
I'll be ready to. I know.
Listen. As an esports manager, a former esports manager, managed a Rocket League team, used to be pro in Rocket League. I've seen both sides of the coin. And one of my good mates, Com, was one of these people who thought everyone was worse than him. Com played for version 1, a team that I cheered on, a team that I followed closely. Version 1 won Gamers 8, and I remember Com was known for his trash talking. And you know, trash talking is it's a sport, so trash talking is going to be involved.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain aspects that are there are certain aspects of trash talking that's normal, but
in terms of competitive play, there is a difference between esports and just a random comp lobby on a Tuesday morning. A esports lobby is semi-professional. The reason I say semi-professional, the guys themselves, they're professionals. They're the best of the best. But in terms of maturity, it's semi-professional. Because everybody's got their thing to say. And a lot of people don't know how to just put it in the game and show that their talk isn't just talk. And Com did that. Com did exactly that by winning Gamers 8 with Beast Mode and Daniel. Even scoring a game winner. Com just proved that he wasn't one to be messed with. That he could talk his smack and win. But a comp lobby on a random Tuesday, you got 12. I mean, look at Fortnite, you know, one of the biggest competitive scenes right now. You got people like, you got people who are 12 years old. Actually, no, the minimum age right now is 13 to be signed to an organization and play competitive.
Mm-hmm.
You got 13-year-olds who are in these lobbies. You got 15, 16, 17-year-olds. You got 20-year-olds in these lobbies. You're basically mixing a bunch of adults with kids.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's going to be a lot of adversity and trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, this is where, you know, expectations have to be realized. You can't go after people whether, you know, you think you're better than them, whether, you know, like I said earlier, whether you're going after, you know, a female gamer. Again, we've all had friends that are female gamers that have had, you know, issues before. Like I said, one of a mutual friend ended up in tears because of it.
I mean, shit. One of the most powerful women gamers I know was our old friend Ruby from Spire.
Yes.
Ruby was one of the best COD players I had ever played with on Warzone, and Paige. He's a great gamer as well. But those two as a duo were absolutely insane. I think they hit Iridescent in my last year on Spire. They both hit Iridescent,
Mhm.
and then that whole thing happened where everybody parted ways. But
The point-
Ruby is one of the best gamers I know at Warzone, and is better than me. She's beaten me, I think, 3 times in 1v1. I've only beaten her once, but
Mhm.
that was only because I got a lucky shot off.
But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to these lobbies, there has to be at least some sort of decorum, because there's just way too much going on.
Well, I mean, you also got to look at the measures a lot of these games are taking. I mean, Call of Duty, they have their interactive AI voice monitoring system, which is not entirely working correctly. How do I know this? Because I've said heck a few times, and it's still giving me a flag warning. That's why I don't play Call of Duty anymore, because it's like I'm not going to have an AI listen to me and determine what I know is swearing and what it knows is swearing.
Right. I mean, there's always ways to improve this, but the simplest fact of the matter is, when it comes down to the toxicity of these games, it has to almost be like an agreement with everybody, like a gentleman's agreement or a player's agreement, because with the stuff that some people are spewing, how would they take it if it came back to them?
A lot of people who talk like that, a lot of them are usually able to take it themselves, but there are some people who, they can't bite their own bullet. And the reason I say bite your own bullet is basically like, if you're not willing to take the bullet that you shot, then why are you shooting the bullet in the first place?
Exactly. And these are the people that make it so the games are no longer fun. And that's the
Beautiful
biggest thing about
point,
gaming.
Beautiful point. Beautiful point, Roy. Say that again.
Say it for those of us in the cheap seats in the garden.
If you're not willing to if you're not willing to take your own shot, then why are you shooting the bullet?
And again,
it goes back to what I talked about earlier in the show about toxic fan bases. We're not talking about the fans that root on their team, but yet are realistic about the team. We're talking about the toxic fan bases. Continue, dog.
That's the thing, is there are so many great players in these games, whether it's, like I said, whether it's Marvel, COD, whether it's Apex, whether it's this, whether it's that.
I could even name you some pros. For Apex, you got Nasky, who's an amazing player. In Rocket League, you got Zen. In Call of Duty, you got one of the greatest of all time. You got Scump from Optic. He was one of the greatest players ever. He wasn't that toxic, but, back in the old Modern Warfare 2 days where, a lot of stuff flew more, it was a very toxic lobby. But nowadays, you got more regulations on stuff, more this, more that.
Yeah, but it seems like the regulations are slipping with what people are saying nowadays, though. And I think that's also going to be on the gaming company to do better, but it's also up to the gamers to do better. It's up to them to actually be, on their game saying, look, someone may be having a problem here. Someone may not be doing this here. But at the point being, you don't take shots at people, especially if they're, maybe learning a new character or a new class or a new this or a new that. You don't take shots.
One of the big
and that's the problem, and that's the first problem I run into when I meet some competitive gamers, because they've told me that what can be akin to their rookie level or rookie year, they got people taking shots at them, unnecessary shots, and they haven't even learned the league rules yet. They're trying to abide by the league rules or whatever. They take unnecessary shots, and I mean that word, very unnecessary.
I mean, imagine what Parker White, Casey Kerwin, Graham Bolan, all those iRacers went through in their rookie years.
Been there, done that. You're speaking to the choir, dude. I mean, my first year was 20 years ago when it came to sim racing. I was running EA Sports stuff, dude. Now here we are. And the evolution of that. I mean, it just seems like the more in-depth these games are, whether it's a shooter, or whether it's a sports game, or whether it's iRacing or what have you, I mean, the toxic level is just always evolving in a way, but it needs to stop. Because that's what's taking the fun out of the game.
With the quick research I've been able to do just over the past year, the community, and Droid and I have talked about this, that is like very, very toxic. I wouldn't say most toxic because I haven't looked up the others yet, and to a point I refuse to because of that, is the 2K community.
Oh,
NBA
the 2K communities.
It depends on what side of the 2K. If you're in the
Yeah.
My Park community, oh yeah, it's toxic because everybody's got their 99 overall builds. Builds that they spent over 2 million VC on, which is over $200. And
Yeah.
they
Right.
flaunt the fact that they spent money on a game that they're terrible at just so they can hit.
And I hate to say it, but I think this is also more of those who pay to play compared to those who are home growing their stuff.
I mean,
Because those who pay to play and drop more money into it seem to always be the ones that are always even worse off than those who are homegrown building their stuff.
one of the big things
And
that these microtransactions stop is growth. It stops players actually wanting to take the time to get good at the game. They just want to spend the money to get the extra perks and then move on.
And
wanting to learn the game. There's the big thing right there, Droid. Wanting to learn the game, develop their way that they play, and do it naturally. It goes back to something I've said many times for many years on this program: legacy built versus legacy bought.
Exactly.
It's like Lance Stroll. He can buy his seat, but he ain't gonna win a championship.
I'm gonna put a bow on this one so that we got other things we are going to discuss here in a little bit. I'm gonna put a bow on it and say this much. It doesn't matter whether things are homegrown, whether things are bought, whether it's a male gamer, female gamer, it doesn't matter. This gaming community needs to be better. And at the end of the day, it's up to each person in the game, whether you're in the voice chat, whether you're in text chat, whatever, to be better, be more supportive. Or else all these games are going to end up failing because people are going to be too freaking pissed off to end up wanting to play anymore. And that's the end. That would be the end of the game. The games at the end of the day are supposed to be fun. We need to keep it that way. So please quit being so freaking toxic to people. That's all I've got to say about it. I'm closing the arcade. Yep, that's all I got to say about it.
Simplest thing for me, and when it comes to games, up, down, left, right, shoot. I got gray hair,
Right.
I'm bald, and I'm old. Galaga, Galaxian, Pac-Man. What else? Tron? Yes, I said Tron. I can't believe I said Tron. Donkey Kong, the beginning of the Mario Brothers franchise. There's another community we can examine later. All of those. Pole position.
I remember that.
I can't tell you how many times I crashed into the Marlboro wall on pole position,
Yeah, I
trying to
hear
get
you.
around people. But that's when games were fun.
Right?
That's when games were fun to play. That's when you want to pull out a roll of quarters to see who's better than the other. But at the end of the day, you go to the counter, grab a pizza, y'all share a pizza.
Exactly.
End of the day, you go to the counter, you grab about what? $20 worth of food after spending $25 worth of coins playing games. You sit down, you chill out, you talk about it.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
The trials of the 21st century.
Yeah.
RGB Phoenix is in the crowd with us. What's up, Phoenix?
Yeah, they
Thanks
were
for joining us.
they were all listening in on things.
And of course, we woke Jen up from her beauty sleep.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Meanwhile,
All right. Take a break. Come back. One more take for me, and then y'all know the last segment we got to do. The Eagles and the 49ers are making sure they stay competitive for the long haul, but the 49ers just may have pulled a fast one.
back in a deuce.
During bad
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Hey, he's back. Or not. Hello? I think he's frozen again. Oh, yeah. Welcome to Wacky Wednesday as we wait for him to get everything organized. So, yeah, apparently, as what was alluded, there has been a trade in the NFL to make sure that both the Niners and the Eagles stay on top of their divisions. Dealing with defensive end Bryce Huff. Yeah. 49ers end up getting him from the Eagles, and the Eagles got a 2026 mid-round draft pick.
What?
You heard me.
What?
You heard me.
How many beers you have?
One. I had one beer.
What?
2 beers.
What?
3 beers.
What?
A shot of Jack.
What?
A shot of Jim.
What?
A shot of Jose.
What?
5th beer.
What?
A 6th beer.
What?
And a Bloody Mary.
What?
Yeah. The Niners made the trade using a 2026 mid-round draft pick. Now, mind you, this isn't saying what round. Just a 2026 mid-round pick. And got edge rusher Bryce Huff.
That's a solid addition, but I don't think it's going to be worth it.
Well, I mean, he only appeared in 12 games and I think had like 2.5 sacks, if I remember correctly.
That's a lack. That's a lack of production. You need more. You're going to need more.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically, basing it off the career of 20 sacks, 45 solo tackles, 33 assisted. Yeah. He's only been in the game this will actually be his 5th season. So, I don't know. I don't 100% know about this deal. So, I'm sure Boss has an idea about it, but apparently, let's see if we can try this again. Yeah, Shall we try this again?
That's what they tell you. Get on the plane. Get on the plane. I'm getting in the plane. No,
as long as there's no snakes.
Look, Samuel L. Jackson, don't put that scene in my head.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You know what, Droid?
English, do you speak it?
No hablo inglés.
Now, as we've lost him, there we go.
Shut up, bitch.
If you're gonna do it right.
Shut up, bitch.
The technology problems.
There, if you're gonna do it right.
As you all
please.
can see, I'm back in studio. We got everything situated and kicked off.
We hope.
Oh my gosh. I was just about back when the Eagles ad was running, and then my computer decided to throw the blue screen at me. We've run into a problem. We have to reset. So, and the thing is, instead of cussing my brains out, I was laughing my brains out because of the scene that popped in my head. Anybody remember the movie Blazing Saddles?
Yes. I actually watched it a while ago.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Droid, you can find it online, dude.
Shut up. You remember the scene when the sheriff showed up?
Oh, no.
Yes.
That.
Well, the other big scene I remember, all I gotta say is we don't have any more beans there, Mr. Taggart.
I officially hate you right now for that.
I hate you.
Yeah, well, don't we have one of these that we need to get through, considering we were trying to discuss the Eagles and Niners?
Oh gosh.
Have the camera.
The Eagles and Niners are going to be around for a long time. Okay?
Yep.
It's going to be a point where the Eagles and Niners are trading NFC championships. Period.
Wouldn't surprise me.
The first they couldn't even make the playoffs, but I digress.
Son, you do realize that the Niners were injured most of last year.
Well, according to NFL, they don't care.
According to the NFL, the 49ers have the easiest schedule of everybody.
Depends on how you define the word easy.
Percentage-wise?
Percentage-wise? Nah. Teams change.
No. Snowman, take it before we go completely off the rails.
What you mean?
Shut up, you bronze-sexual dummy.
I'm not no bronze-sexual. I'm a Kobe-sexual. There's a difference.
Droid, you fired.
Listen, I will hate on LeBron.
Isn't that what we all do?
If you're gonna
Matter of fact, I'll save my take.
Right noise. Play the right clip.
I'll save my take for tomorrow.
You know what, Droid? You want me to do something? Fine, I'll do it.
You're fired.
There you go. At least play the right clip.
You know what? I'm also going to do you a favor. I'm enrolling you somewhere.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it, like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh!
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, get all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Aminos, dominos, vamonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
In the Fanatic feedback zone, Rising Rhino. What up, Bubba? Good to see you, man.
What's up, Rising Rhino?
I'm not.
Well,
listen, I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid. All right. Listen, I'm dumb enough to pick the Panthers to win a football game, but I was stupid. Okay, I was right.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YOKAY. Real LJP, now approve all this.
Paid
I
for
did nothing to you.
Paid for by the city field. Speaking of things paid for by those clowns, I think we have one more thing to do today.
I'll save the take for tomorrow because obviously these two knuckleheads have got me laughing so much I can't concentrate on the deal.
Listen, I got my Dutch Bros coffee and I am fueled up.
What flavor? What flavor?
I got the secret menu item, the White Zombie.
And it's what brand is it? Dutch Bros?
Dutch Bros. There's two coffee places you have to try before 11 a.m. It's 7 Brew and Dutch Bros.
See, now I'm going to have to... Honey, got to do a road trip here soon.
Yeah, come down to Topeka. I'll show you around.
See? And knowing the money we're going to make and I'll be able to pay you guys, I'm working on it, and I'll pay my staff too. I'm not afraid to say my goals out loud, and they're going to happen. I'm going to pay my staff. I can take a few days off, plan a road trip, come down to Topeka, and be shown around by this 22-year-old mop-head kid that I call my son online because I love him dearly. Now then, with all that out of the way...
I got a button to hit.
Wait, just a minute. What flavors does Dutch Bros have?
Oh, they got basically anything your mind can imagine.
Oh, shucks.
Just you could literally drive up and say, hey, what kind of hazelnut stuff do you have? And they will list you some options.
I'm going to ask a dangerous question, but I'll ask. Do they have anything chocolate?
Plenty.
Oh, cripes.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, mocha.
Oh, cripes. Oh, cripes. And I'm a mocha maniac. Oh, cripes.
That's not all, folks.
I know. Push the heartbeat, will you, please? Please.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be shorter than the time allotted.
Yeah. Well, you got a half an hour.
Okay. Devontae Mack.
You mean to tell me you had a conversation with the Bronzexual?
This wasn't a conversation, thank God. This was me just having a picture thrown in my face.
Oh, so you're perusing social media. What have we told you about that?
Unfortunately, yes, I was.
We told you the dangers of that.
I know. But I couldn't help it. I couldn't allow me this. I couldn't help it.
This ought to be good.
Devontae Stupid. Matter of fact, can we get Stupid University up here, please? One of their graduates posted something. So we need to have them.
God. Oh, dear God.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, Stupid University. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating, high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid University, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
All right, what did this valedictorian end up putting up?
Let's see.
It reads.
Hang on.
Quote.
Dad, how good was LeBron? On the left side of this, on the top of this picture, it's got you know who. In the middle, the left side, stats from the New Orleans Pelicans. On the right side, his stats. Seasons. Pelicans 23, LeBron 22. Regular season wins. Pelicans 848, LeBron 1,000. Playoff wins. And this is what got me.
Oh, no.
Pelicans 22, LeBron 183.
Okay, that's just sad.
Just a moment. There's more.
No.
Close that part of it, will you please? Please.
Close quote.
Now, for Devontae's actual statement, open it again.
Quote.
This is proof LeBron is the GOAT.
Close quote.
I'm going to be very vulgar here to open my rant.
Oh, hell no.
I'm sorry, Devon. Have you been eating a lot to make that statement? Do you realize? And another question.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
And I just think, you fool! Just delete, 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 delete. Rising Rhino's not going to like my next statement, but as a basketball player, LeBron James sucks more than Tuukka Rask in Game 6. I know, double shot. I couldn't resist the joke. It was right there.
LeBron James sucks more than Jeremy Swayman in Game 7.
Asshole.
Oh, I know. I am very much asshole.
Oh, LeBron James sucks more than the Mets in Game 5.
Ooh, call back to my Royals.
In the 12th inning. An inning that got me paid about, I don't know, $500.
Wow, you put a bet?
You're going to use this comparison right here, which is frivolous in and of itself.
Which, by the way, it is sad that the Pelicans have those stats.
Mm-hmm. Which means they need to contract their franchise. When LeBron wasn't in the area of Kobe and Curry and still win 4 championships, that's pretty solid. No, it's not. It's more solid that Curry won 4 championships in the supposed era of LeBron. Why is it more solid, Rising Rhino? And Rising Rhino and I are going to have a fight about this, I have the feeling. Because Curry won 4 championships in LeBron's era because Curry whipped LeBron's ass 3 times. Now, back to this piece of
By the way, it's 3 rings, by the way, Rhino, because one of those is a bubble ring.
And it don't count. Now, back to this piece of grade A homogenized Holstein bullshit. Really? You're going to use this as your basis, Devontae Mack? And I'm criticizing the fans, not the players, okay? You're going to use this? You are actually going to have the nerve, the unmitigated gall,
and the lack of brain cells,
and the lack of brain cells, the lack of brain trust, and the lack of brains, period.
To say that.
To say and use this.
Yes. The idiocy.
The stupidity.
The dumbassery.
The dumbassery. Thank you. And thank you to my buddy Jeremy Green in Asheville, North Carolina for that one. The absolute idiocy. Matter of fact, you know,
brain.exe has failed.
Yeah. But you're going to use that as your comparison?
You're dumber than you look.
Oh.
Ren.
You are so stupid. Am I? Idiot.
You're welcome.
Listen, Devon. Make like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Scream, then run away.
You're welcome.
Damn. Ren and Stimpy.
Yes, I went back into the 90s for you.
You idiot.
You idiot.
Am I really idiot?
You are so stupid.
Yeah, am I?
Am I? Idiot.
Oh, God.
Get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned.
Mr. Mack,
Flag of the play. 5-yard penalty.
I'll use the voice of Jim Crickfalusi, who created Ren and Stimpy. You are so stupid. I'm not going to use stats because we've already debunked LeBron stats. I'm not going to use anything else. I'm just going to say that, yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever. Amen. Now, as I said a moment ago, and I say it happily, Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
I'm sorry, but undying loyalty still doesn't fit that, because if LeBron knew loyalty, he would have stayed in Cleveland.
And by the way, Devontae Mack, since you're a bronzexual, you a bitch. I got nothing.
I'm gassed.
Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope you all are too. Game 1 tonight of the Stanley Cup Final. We start our festivities at 7:30 with an 8:10 puck drop. I'm gassed. So long, everybody. Tomorrow, we're going to have a real discussion about Zion Williamson, and I hope all of the men pay attention, because there's some underlying issues that no one else will have the nerve to discuss except us, because, frankly, we've been there.
Yep.
Love y'all. See you tomorrow.